Hey UConn Nation, it's KK Arnold here. If you're looking for the latest UConn women's basketball content, go subscribe to Listen Up to Phil and Ryan. Go Huskies!
Phil Ryan, listen up, and Ryan. It's been a while. I appreciate you joining me on this July 13th on a Sunday. And Ryan, this news is big because not only does this topic talk about how Jana El Alfy can elevate her team and herself, but Ryan, you sent me an article the other day, and credit to Pro El Alfy can elevate AZ Fudd and Sarah Strong in 2025. So I wanted to get your take, Ryan, because a lot of times we're talking about individual players, how they can elevate their own game and make the team better. But now we're starting to talk about Jana El Alfy making AZ Fudd and Sarah Strong better. They're already good. Great.
Yeah, and we've been talking throughout the off season about Sarah Strong and AZ Fudd getting better, and it's good to be back on the podcast. I know it's been just a little bit since our last video. But yeah, Jana El Alfy, I think she's a really important player for this season. Redshirt sophomore this year. She was looking so promising in the off season before her freshman year. And then, of course, we got that terrible news about her Achilles injury. She missed the whole season and came back last year to play in all 40 games for UConn and all of the postseason games as well. So that was huge for this team. And Jana combined with Sarah Strong made it very difficult for opponents to score inside the paint. And El Alfie's height and size makes her a perfect defender and rebounder. But I think more importantly, it allowed for more space on the floor for all of her teammates. Jana drew double teams inside the paint and allowed for UConn to get open looks from three. It also opened up more driving lanes, and UConn has always relied on a dominant post player that can allow for these things to happen to make the team a lot better on offense and just make it for a better game plan. But before the last season, it had been a couple years since the Huskies were able to benefit from a big presence in the paint. So I think in her second season, Jana El Alfy will continue to have a huge role. I would like to see more post moves from her. Hopefully, she's been working on her offensive game in the off season, and I think her teammates like AZ Fudd and Sarah Strong, and I think many others who are on the floor with her are going to continue to benefit from her presence on the floor.
Yeah, very well said, Rye. And I think that they mentioned about how when El Alfie's return, Pro Football Network on this one, her return will reshape how the Huskies attack. Because remember the earlier days, Rye, on this podcast, kind of thin at center, right? And down low. But now you have all of a sudden stacked. And just two players, right? Arguably the best duo in the country. You talk about El Alfie and you talk about Sarah Strong. So what does that tell you now? Because to me, it's like El Alfie and Strong. Now, this is at every position on UConn's roster. It's like Sarah Strong and El Alfie could start on two different rosters.
Yeah, and then with UConn getting Sarah Williams from Wisconsin this year, so now we add her into the mix, and you could possibly see a starting lineup with both Sarahs and Jana Al Alfie, which might be one of the biggest and tallest starting lineups ever in UConn history, and certainly maybe in the women's college basketball history, but. We'll just have to wait and see whether Gino puts all three of them out there on the floor at some point, maybe not even in the starting lineup, but all three of them out there on the floor at the same time. I highly doubt that happens. I know Gino tends to lean more guard heavy, but I certainly hope Sarah Williams and Sarah Strong and El Alfie can all work together this season. I hope they all get a ton of minutes, and hopefully Williams coming over doesn't really affect El Alfie's performance or minutes in any way, because I think she's definitely deserving. I think she played an incredible year last year. And, even if El Alfie comes off the bench a lot more times this year, I still think she can have an incredible impact from that role there off the bench.
All right, like, comment, and subscribe, Rye, as our prayers go out to Texas, right? Prayers go out to Texas. It's been a while since I've been on Ride. Let's go over to the comments from the latest video 10 days ago. Just me said, nice new look, Phil. Looks clean. I wish Aaliyah Edwards well. I hope she has a long and successful WNBA career.
Yeah, I hope so as well. I haven't really seen any more news on Aaliyah Edwards, so since that video, so I'm not sure if that trade is gonna happen after all or not, but we're still definitely keeping our eyes and ears open for that one and any other trades that could happen in the WNBA here. So we're definitely gearing up for that trade deadline at the end of the month here.
Now, you'll like this one because I'm smiling and laughing already because people unfortunately don't know the amount of what do you want to call it? The amount of pressure we have to face just to get the go for this to happen, and you'll know what I mean once I read this. You know, it's always something standing in the way. We can't ever get the full green light, right? Molly CDX said, "Put some pics on the walls." If it was that easy, I would have been done already. Trust me.
Yeah, well, I think we've changed our background many a times throughout the years here on the
Yeah.
podcast, so we're always trying to upgrade and change a little bit and update new stuff for the off season and every new season with the Yukon Huskies. So yeah, we're definitely planning on getting some more stuff in the background. You know, I got Sarah to my right here and Becker's over my shoulder, and I know. You got possibly another jersey on the way for you to hang up behind your wall there.
All right, we'll leave it at that. Hopefully, I'll see you later this week. MLB All Star break coming up, and Rye, we want to remind everybody comment away and tell us how you think Jana El Alfy will fit in this offense and this defense, how much playing time she will get, right, Rye, and how she will elevate her game and everybody else around her. Phil and Rye on Listen Up.